My name is Dorika. I am energetics embodiment coach who support you in expanding your capacity to receive. So in this video, what I would love to share with you is loss or release. What is the difference? This energy difference is going to help you to shift your perception of your life. So I'm speaking to the woman, you who ever wonder, why did I lose that? Why did I lose that guy? Why did I lose that opportunity? Was it a mistake? Did I mess up my manifestation? Did I mess up my life? What if I tell you right now, what you are thinking is a loss, what you are calling is a loss, might actually be your expansion. This isn't just mindset work, it's energetic intelligence. And when you truly understand this, you stop blocking what you are meant to receive, because you are no longer holding on to what your soul was trying to release. So let's dive in. So what is the difference between loss and release energetically? Have you ever wondered? This is something I wondered, and so this is something that it came up for me to be in this week's video. So from an energetic perspective, loss and release looks the same, but actually it's two different frequencies, two different energies, even if they lost the same. What is loss? What is the energetic of loss? How do you feel? Loss feels like contraction, grief. When you lose something, fear of emptiness. The ego try to hold on, try to not lose it. In words, in thoughts, it whispers something like this. Something has been taken from me. The energy of loss anchors in disempowerment, lack, and the illusion of separation from love, from support, from abundance. What is the energy of release? Release says, I release what no longer serves me. I trust that my space is sacred. What is meant for me will return, multiplied, upgraded, or transmuted. In release, you don't contract. In release, you don't fear. In release, you don't collapse. In release, you are not in confusion. You are in clarity. You are rising, even through tears, even in uncertainty. You expand. And this is that difference between energetic of loss and the energetic of release. So what if there is no true loss? Because really it's just pure release. Because loss is just an ego perception. From the soul, it's always just release, align, clarity, empowerment, expansion. So what if there's no true loss, but just pure release? And this means we are still wholeness. Even we release something that's not aligned, we are still whole. Releasing doesn't make us less whole. Versus loss is like something out of fear. You lose something, something is taken. It triggers fear. And it's like you lost a part of you. That's why you call it loss. You feel incomplete. And then you try to find something to fill that void, to feel complete. Can you feel the difference? Loss and release. Example, weight loss. How many of us try to lose our weight? Successfully, temporarily, but not soon after, it gains back faster than it loses. Can you relate? Because it comes from fear. Subconsciously, even though we want to lose weight because we want to look good. But what is that fear? Fear of not being attractive enough. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of not being accepted. Right? And then we lose weight through willpower, which is not safe for the body at all. So even we do it, losing weight, with diet, exercise, but the moment we resume, we gain weight faster than lose, because like you want to come back, because there's loss, there's fear, which means actually you don't want to let go, you fear of letting go. But what if we call it weight release? Isn't it more empowered, aligned, and healthy? We are releasing weight because it's not aligned anymore to carry this weight. Isn't it when we just change the word weight release? It's so much more ease, more empowered, more aligned and healthy and sustaining. Think about it. And let me use a simple example. When loss is something that is ego perception, in truth, there is no loss. This is an analogy that comes through me. Is tree. Look at the nature, the tree. When the tree releases its leaf in autumn, it's not dying, it's allowing the release because its purpose for the long-term growth. The trees know in order to bloom again, space must be made. The tree know even with this release of this current leaves, the next season it still have more leaves. That is abundance. And so it let go, release, without resistance, without fear. And this is the exact process our energy field undergoes when you are leveling up. Can you imagine if the trees, it's time to release the leaves and the trees just hold on to the leaves? What is going to happen when winter comes? What is going to happen the next season? Maybe even no leaves, no new leaves. Maybe it will not even sustain the winter, survive through the winter. And yet, how many times we are holding on to something that we know we should release so that we have the space for what is more aligned. Sometimes the falling away is not a punishment. It is your preparation. The roots of your next abundance is growing right now. Underground, unseen, but yes, it is happening. Now let's go even deeper. Now that you know the difference between energetic of loss, energetic of release, and how release is so much more aligned to our soul truth, to the law of nature, let's go deeper. Loss often activate trauma patterns, especially if you have experienced abandonment, instability, or lack in your past. So unconsciously, you associate letting go with being unsafe or unsupported. It's not safe to let go. It's not safe to walk away. And that's why you hold on. Fear, that desire for security, is so much more than the importance of you being healthy and balanced. But what if release was actually the healing of that trauma? What if letting go was your nervous system finally trusting life? That you are not broken for grieving something that left, but you are also not powerless. And in this new reality, nothing is ever truly lost. It's simply transformed. So how does all this energy of loss, energy of release connect to manifestation? And this is why it is connected to manifestation, because you cannot magnetize, manifest, receive your desires from a clenched heart, from a heart that is guarded, that is closed, out of survival, out of self-defense, self-protect. And you cannot receive your desires from a mind holding on to stories of punishment, failure, or regret. Because manifestation cannot happen in the grasp. The more you tighten yourself, thinking that you are safe, but it's actually you are not allowing yourself to receive your desires, because your system is not in that available capacity, because your system hold programs of the past that is limit you from expanding, from feeling safe to open, to receive, out of survival, focus, and protecting you. So, manifestation doesn't happen in the grasp. It happens in the open heart. So when you release something, someone that is no longer aligned, you are telling the universe, I trust in myself. I trust you. I trust the timeline. May not know what is going to happen next, but you trust in yourself. You trust you are going to be okay. And this is empowerment. This is real magnetism. You move out of force into flow. You stop chasing outcomes and begin anchoring identity as the woman who always receives, already living your manifestation, who is always supported, who is always having her needs and desires met. And this signal you send is open, is clear, is focused, is magnetic. When you stop resisting in the releasing, you are allowing yourself to open, to receive with ease. And so, how does this look and feel in real life? I have shared with you the energetic of loss, the energy of release. What is the difference? Why knowing this difference is so important in supporting your manifestation journey? And what is the state of receiving when it comes to manifesting your desires, receiving your desires, and how resistance to releasing is blocking you, limiting you from receiving your desires, is delaying your manifestation outcome. So we're going to anchor in the identity. How does it feel like? Trust. Okay, how does embodied trust feel like? It feels like when you go buy something, when you spend money on yourself, you spend without guilt, knowing it flows back. When you let go of relationship, or paths, or people of the past, you let go, you release with appreciation. You are not losing the person. You are not losing a connection. You are not losing love. You are releasing the connection, or you are releasing the person with appreciation. And trust embodied is about you standing in the void and still feeling worthy, which means you trust in yourself. You know your worth. You doesn't need anything external happen to prove your worth, such as if you hit that sales goal this month, you are successful. If you doesn't hit it the next month, you are a failure. This is unhealthy. This is codependency. This is not trust. This is sourcing worth from external to feel good about yourself. It's not empowerment. So, when you are in embodied trust, you no longer operate in flight or fight with money, love, or decisions. When you're in this trust, your energy in openness, grounded, open, you soften, you expand, you become magnetic, not by force, not through effort, but just through your energy openness. And release become your portal to receive your desires. So, let me share with you, ending this session with some powerful reflection prompts. First one, what have I called a loss that might actually have been a release? What have you called a loss that might actually be released? When you look back, you think you lose it, but But what if actually it wasn't a loss? It was a release. This is one question I ask myself too. That, for example, when I look back, what I perceive as a relationship loss, losing that guy, or losing that person, the connection. When I ask myself this question, and I now see it as it wasn't a loss, it was me allowing myself to release into more empowerment, more self-love, more self-trust, because it's a release. They're just not aligned. But they teach me to stand up for myself. They teach me to love myself more, to be who I am now, that I love so much. And so, it's not loss, it's a release. Second question, what am I now willing to surrender so my next chapter can land fully? This means, how are you resisting yourself energetically to expand right now? Right where you are now, where you want to be? In what way you are resisting this energetic expansion? And are you willing to surrender and trust so that you can be more open? And most importantly, who am I when I no longer fear the space between letting go and receiving? This question is asking what version of you arises when you are no longer anxiously waiting, doubting, or clinging between the moment you release something and the moment something new arrives. Because in manifestation, yes, you let go, you release, and there's something new. From the moment you release to the moment of something new, there is this gap, there is in between. It's a void, it is a pause. It may feel uncomfortable because it feels so unknown, uncertain. I've just let go, I've just released the job that I'm not aligned with. I've just released that unhealthy relationship that I'm not aligned with. And you're ready for a new opportunity, ready for a new relationship. But yet, in the void, the in-between, nothing happened. And it's in this space that even you don't see the results, that is who are you in this space. This is where people usually go into anxiety, go back into past patterns, panic, self-abandon, or try to control outcome. But if you master yourself in this space, you no longer fear this space, because you know this pause, this in-between, this void, it is safe. It is part of this manifestation process. It is part of your releasing and welcoming the new. It's part of your releasing the old and welcoming the new. So, who do you become in this space? You become the woman who trusts that what is aligned is already finding its way to you. In this space, even there's nothing happen, your trust still stays. Nothing happened, but it's okay. I know what is aligned for me is on my way to me. You don't fall back into past patterns. You don't chase, you don't prove, and you don't seek for validation. You can sit in this stillness and feel safe, even when nothing visible is happening. It means it seems like nothing is happening, but actually there are stuff happening energetically. So know you're the woman who knows that the space between letting go and receiving is the key to your manifestation. You radiate calm in this space, in the void. You radiate calm, you radiate certainty, and you stay open. And in this space, even nothing happened, you still know that you are worthy no matter what. Why is this so important? Because what you are in the in-between become the frequency of what you attract. You just release the old. You are ready for the new to enter. This in-between, it is the key. Are you in fear, anxiety, doubts? Or are you in calm, open, certain? Because if you collapse into fear, you are delaying it because you are not matched yet. But if you embody trust, worth, and spaciousness, you are accelerating. You are becoming the match for your next level desires. So this question, who are you in between the releasing the old and welcoming the new, helps you to anchor into a new identity, the version of you who doesn't need to rush the universe because she already knows it is done. Because that woman, that version of you, is the one who manifests with elegance, clarity, and power. It's because you know your desire is already done. You are safe. You know this is just the in-between, and you know this in-between is the key to accelerate your manifestation or delay your manifestation based on that frequency of fear or trust that you embody right now in the in-between, from releasing the old with receiving the new. And this is why energy of release supports you in accelerating your manifestation. Remember, it is safe for you to release. Remember, it is safe for you to receive. Alright? So, thank you for your time and energy. I hope this video shared some aha moments and really a more deep soul reflection as you really go deep with all the prompts I share with you to release the past from the perspective of love, appreciation, and growth. And now that you understand how manifestation works, the key part in manifestation is the in-between, and anchor in the identity of you in the in-between is so crucial in accelerating your manifestation. So even it seems nothing is happening, remember you are safe in this unknown. You are safe to expand in this unknown. whatever you desire, know that it's already done. So in this space is your key, is your engine. How fast your manifestation show up. Can you remain calm, grounded, open, trust? Or are you in doubt, in fear, in anxiety, in control? Who are you in this phase of in between is going to influence your manifestation speed? Alright? So if this sharing have touched your soul, expanded your consciousness, and you enjoy such wisdom sharing from me, do remember to subscribe to receive the latest video update. And thank you. I look forward to see you in my next video sharing this. Thank you and bye bye.